Secret Invasion, Mandalorian Season 3, but no Fantastic Four casting announcements. We're talking all this and more on this week's show. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm Anthony.
And welcome to That Superhero Thing podcast.
Let's do it. So, do you want to hear my funny story about it first?
What, about D23?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So, I had my friend over and we were just sitting kind of watching TV and we saw that it was about 6 o'clock and I was like, oh, D23.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm on top of it. Try and be good with it.
Yeah.
And then I found that D23 were doing like a live stream.
Okay.
And I was like, amazing.
Yeah. Wrong live stream.
Sat there watching fucking 20 minutes
Of what?
Raven's Home with Raven Simone and the cast.
That's
I
amazing.
sat there and I was like, fuck is Marvel?
When are we getting to Marvel?
I thought they said 6 o'clock.
Why did they not?
And
I don't get why they didn't. I mean, I know why they didn't stream this because obviously there was stuff that they didn't want everybody to see.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've seen D23 presentations before, or some type of Disney thing where it showed you stuff live and they streamed it, and then it kind of went to like a blank screen while they showed things that we weren't supposed to see.
Yeah.
So I don't get why they did that.
I don't.
Or they didn't do that.
It then got to something where they were doing a thing about vets and looking after animals, and I was like, turn this shit off.
This is not Marvel.
This is not Marvel. I'm sad about this.
To be fair, I mean, I like the Star Wars stuff, and we'll talk about the Star Wars stuff, but it took a long time to get to Marvel.
Did it?
And this thing, yeah, well, it was, I think it was the first hour and 10 minutes was Star Wars. And then they did like an hour and 15 minutes of Marvel, which is great because it's a lot of content.
Yeah.
But despite it being a lot of content, there weren't really any big, crazy announcements. Like,
no.
It was exciting stuff, but there was nothing where I was like blown
based
away.
on what was being said, that like when Kevin Feige was like, there's going to be more announcements at D23, what we actually got wasn't anywhere near what he'd hyped up, in my opinion.
It didn't feel like there was anything new.
No.
It was all just a
rehash
little bit more,
or a little bit extra from what we just knew before.
It was. It was all. Was there anything new?
Well, Secret Invasion, obviously.
Yeah, but we already knew about that.
Yeah, we knew about it.
No, I mean
but
like new reveals.
Oh,
there was no new project. There was no like, you know, I don't. There were a few little bits of casting, but it was minor casting.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit underwhelmed. But I don't know whether that's just because I built it up to be massively big in my head. Like when we talked about our crazy theories, like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds coming out.
He basically made out that we were going to get the rest of Phase 6 for D23.
Yeah, I don't.
And we didn't.
We've those 8 dates that we haven't had. That were, it was 8, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
From D23 from SDCC.
Yeah.
There were 8 dates, but no project names for them.
Yeah.
And he did say we will find out what those 8 dates are.
Yeah.
And we don't know what any of them are.
No.
So he lied. Kevin Feige, I'm disappointed.
You lied to me?
I'm not angry. I'm just
disappointed. What are you, a sheep?
I'm just disappointed. There was loads of... Right, there was still loads of info. Still loads of footage. Some revealed to us, some revealed to the audience. But should we start off with the stuff that we saw? Because we did see a lot.
So let's be right with this, though, as well. We're a bit disappointed that we didn't get what we were going to get, but the stuff that we did get still looked awesome, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I suppose that's kind of a good thing because it's, in a way, it's given us just more information of the stuff that we knew. Because certain things, it was just like, we know this is happening, we don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
we got a bit more information about like Daredevil and stuff like that, which we'll go through. But yeah, the stuff that we knew was coming, we still know a lot more about it.
Yeah.
So firstly, we got. I'm not going to go through it in order because I didn't make my notes like that, so that's why we're not doing it. But fine. We got Mandalorian Season 3.
We did.
We got we didn't get a start date or a release date even. We got trailer.
Yeah.
Boss.
Did it say 2023?
Yeah, it just said 2023 at the end. Yeah. What did you think of the trailer?
I'm so excited.
So am I. So am I, yeah. It's I mean, there was a lot going on in the trailer. It was a little bit tame, the trailer.
It was a bit
more
tame.
Story-driven,
the
trailer. So you've got the armorer saying that you're a Mandalorian no more because he's removed his helmet, so he's not allowed in the club anymore, basically. You see the conflict starting to grow between Mandalorian and Bo-Katan, Katie Sackhoff.
Yes,
that's her character. So she's.
I'm actually really happy we're getting more Katie Sackhoff. To be fair,
did you was she in Battlestar Galactica? Is that what she was in? Okay,
yeah.
I've never watched that. You watched that?
So she. What was the name? I can't remember the name of the character she played, but she was one of the fighter pilots who actually originally in the books was a guy.
Okay,
but played it phenomenally. Like she. For me, stand out in Battlestar Galactica.
I know she's got like a massive fan base.
Yeah.
So I'm
and she was in the she was in the fan-made Power Rangers. Do you remember with...
She was Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which I got dead excited for when I thought this could actually be a thing. And then,
It should have been a thing, to be fair.
Katie Sackhoff as Kim would have been amazing.
Yeah, it would have been bosh, yeah. But... Again, we didn't see really much of her in season 2. We saw little bits, but I'm excited to see more of her and more of a dark side to her, because it sounds like she's going to be not the bad guy, but there's going to be a conflict there between her and Din Djarin. It looks like the Mando is now Grogu's dad, basically, because he's referred to multiple times as your father. I'm absolutely happy with that as well.
And we got a clip of me little mate from the workshop as well.
Babu Frick.
I'm so excited about her. I love her.
Oh no, yeah, what the one who the lady who makes him the I know what you mean. Yeah, it was bringing all the
I'm
good
really
cast
shit
back.
with the names again. I'm sorry.
Do you know what? I was kind of glad there's no Boba Fett.
Oh God, yeah.
Let's not bring Boba Fett. We don't need Boba Fett back in it.
No.
Let him do his own series, and we can just ignore that, basically.
Yeah.
The space dog fight with the ships flying through space. That was like probably the only actiony bit in it.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It does
That's going to
look
be
good.
like a standout moment in the series.
Yeah,
Can't wait for that. But yeah, confirmed streaming 2023, but we don't know a date yet.
No.
I would guess early 2023.
Yeah.
It's got to be like January or February.
Yeah. We got a bit of a longer look at the city as well, didn't we?
Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks good.
I want to say Mandalore, but I was really frightened that I was going to say something wrong.
Madrigal. Something. Starts with an M. Something like that. Memphis. Anyway, we also got... Spoilers. So, going off Star Wars and going to Marvel, probably the best trailer. Oh, actually, do you know what? The best Marvel trailer was Secret Invasion.
Ugh.
This looks amazing.
Listen. Right, we've not had Sam L. Jackson in a minute, have we?
No, yeah.
He's been absent. We know why he's been absent, but he's been absent.
Yeah.
To see him walk back on the screen as Nick Fury,
So
I was
good.
just like, I felt like there was a wave of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because it's just been so long since we've properly had... I'd say the last time we had him actually like...
As Nick Fury?
No, like in an action part.
Yeah.
Rather than just turning up and being like, oh, you're going to do some stuff. Like... The last time we had...
impression of Samuel L. Jackson.
Tick-tock, motherfucker!
Sorry, go on. I interrupted.
Was Winter Soldier? Was the last time we had like proper action Nick Fury?
That's why I like this. Not only because it looks like we're going to get proper action Nick Fury, but as much as I like the way that Marvel's gone comic booky and the whole MCU's really comic booky, I miss the grittiness of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And Falcon and the Winter Soldier kind of had it, but it was still a little bit comic booky. This looks dark and gritty. And everyone knows I say I hate dark and gritty for the sake of dark and gritty. We need dark and gritty with this. It's going to be so good.
Well, we had our reveals, didn't we? So we obviously saw, and I can't remember it, Maria Hill.
We got Maria Hill, Kobe Smulders. Yeah. She's back.
I'm actually dead impressed that I remembered that.
Martin Freeman. Can't remember his name.
It looks like they're all on the run.
Yeah.
Like, a bit like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where S.H.I.E.L.D. dismantled, but they were still kind of working undergroundy.
Yeah, okay.
It kind of looks like that.
I've seen bits of it. I've not watched it all the way through.
Yeah, like, because obviously, and this is where the weird thing goes of whether it's canon or not, because they had the whole when Hydra kind of outed themselves and took over and stuff like that. That happened in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Yeah.
So it was following on from Winter Soldier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm quite excited to see that kind of... They don't have everything to hand necessarily.
Yeah,
and this is all going to be them just trying to work off
what
their smarts, basically.
Yeah.
The
and
skills.
Not being able to trust anybody at all.
No.
There's going to be... the cast is amazing, as we said.
And then we got Emilia Clarke.
And
she looked brilliant.
I know it was just hair and a leather jacket, but
I
was straight
literally
away,
just holding a gun, and I was like, "Get in!
Yeah,
I'm happy with this."
She's going to be like the best character in it.
Yeah,
we got Ben Mendelsohn back as Talos.
Yeah,
I like the fact that he was in human form the whole time.
Yes,
it just dark and gritty again.
I was going to ask this.
Go on,
because I don't know what he looks like in real life. So was that him?
Yeah, that's Ben Mendelsohn.
Okay, that's what I was double checking. So. I didn't know whether for the sake of this they were turning it into he's just himself to make it easier that he's himself.
I doubt Marvel would be doing it like from a budget perspective or anything like that, but he's
to give him screen time.
Yeah, he's
to make it him rather than it being other people all the way through the.
To be fair, Marvel on or MCU, Marvel Studios, let's call it, aren't bad at that sort of thing. It's like in like when the old Sony Spider-Man movies. It's like Toby'd have his mask off at every possible opportunity so that Toby's face is on screen.
Yeah.
They don't do that with the Spider-Man movies now, and I don't think they're doing it because of that. I just think it works better for the story. But I'm excited about it because he can act, that guy, and it's easier for him to act and not with a big green mask on at the end of the day.
Do you know what? He was brilliant in Captain Marvel.
He was. He's brilliant in everything. Rogue
for
One.
Me,
he's amazing in that.
He was the standout.
Yeah.
In Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him on the screen again.
Boss in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
He's the baddie in Ready Player One. He's so good at that. He's so good at being a bad guy, but I kind of like the good side of him as well because he's still a little bit
anti-hero-y, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah.
He's like towing the line between the two. Did we say Olivia Colman?
No.
We've got Olivia Colman.
So, right, I'd forgotten Olivia Colman was...
I had until I saw her.
And then as soon as I saw her, like... This is the British in me now. Like, if Olivia Colman's in it, I feel like I'm in my safe space.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She always makes things good.
I feel like she wouldn't do it if it was going to be shit.
She's the for me, she's the British Meryl Streep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean.
Because no matter what she's in, it always gets a good reception and stuff like that.
Fair.
And she's a very, very talented woman.
Yeah, no, she's brilliant.
But all the action sequences and everything that was in that, because that trailer was quite action-packed as well. It
was, definitely.
And it looks so exciting.
The bit that got me was when Mendo, Talos, grabs that dude, and then all of a sudden, like, 10 other versions of that dude all stand up.
I was like, ooh!
Yeah, it's like, this is where this series is going. This is going to be so good. And we've got, it looks like, so you've got Nick Fury with the hat on and the I love what's it called? Bloody eye patch.
Eye patch. And he had his scratch from Goose.
But then you see him with the eye patch.
Yeah.
And I don't reckon that's always just tidied himself up and put the eye patch on. I reckon that's not even Talos. I reckon that's a Skrull pretending to be Fury on Earth. Yeah, I think that's the way they're going, yeah. Could be something else. Could be somebody also pretending to be somebody else. It could be
the one that was talking to Peter in No Way Home. No.
That was Talos.
Far From Home.
That was Talos. That was Ben Mendelsohn.
Do we know that for certain?
Yeah, 100%, because he turns back into Talos at the end, in the post-credit scene.
Why do I feel like I missed that?
Don't know. Did you miss that?
I shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, how would you know he was a Skrull?
Well, because in No Way Home, they said he's not been on the planet for...
So at the end of...
Why have I forgotten this?
At the end of Far From Home...
Oh, I'm a dickhead.
You don't remember Fury in space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw he gone space afterwards.
Yeah, but Talos is ringing him, leaving him a message, and then it cuts to Nick Fury in space. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, it's Talos and his wife.
I mean, yeah, I remember that, but I didn't put
so
two
his
and
wife
two...
is Maria Hill. So
I
that's
didn't
not
put
really...
two and two together.
So in Far From Home, it wasn't really Maria Hill either. It was Talos' wife.
Okay. I didn't put two and two together.
God, it's all coming out for you tonight, isn't it? Then, Andy? That's good. It's going to be exciting. I shouldn't have said
getting
anything.
real.
Shouldn't have said anything. You can imagine your reaction when you watch Secret Invasion. You've been like, oh my God, amazing. We also found... So we got Rhodey in it as well. Don Cheadle was in it as Rhodey.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige did say that the story is going to lead straight into Armor Wars. So that was... Because that wasn't talked about at all at SDCC.
No.
So it wasn't... Other than that, there wasn't really much information.
Yeah.
But that's what information that they did give us.
Yeah.
Something else that's going to be quite gritty, I imagine, is Thunderbolts. So we got the Thunderbolts lineup confirmed.
Yeah.
Charles Murphy.
It's exactly what you said, wasn't it?
It's what Charles Murphy said the other week, yeah. He said it's basically going to be a team of super soldiers, and it is. It's led by Yelena, which is great. I mean, it's a good... Don't wrong, the cast is brilliant.
And we've got Red...
We've got David Harbour as Red Guardian, which is amazing. We've got Yelena.
Did you...
We've
on
got
that
Bucky.
picture, did you notice that he's waving?
Yeah, he's there. That's it.
It makes me so happy that he's
so happy just to be in
giving
the
everyone
team.
a little wave.
I know. So we've got Yelena, we've got Bucky, we've got...
So for me, why does Bucky go back to Thunderbolts? That's what's
because
me.
I don't. So my impression of the Thunderbolts, I know obviously it's being pitched from a movie perspective as Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But my impression from the comics is that they're not supervillains who have been sort of forced to do good things, like with bombs in their heads.
Yeah.
It's more of reformed characters who want to be the Avengers, basically. So it's not like, we're being forced to be good so that we can survive. It's more like a anti-hero type thing.
Okay.
What?
So I've got the whole concept of the Thunderbolts wrong.
I might be wrong.
So I thought that they were a bit like a Sinister Six type thing, where it was different baddies coming together. And with it being John Walker wanting to be Captain America and not getting it, and with Yelena thinking that that Clint killed
Yeah.
Black Widow and all that kind of stuff. I thought this was going to be a group of them going after the Avengers.
No, this is like Suicide Squad. So it's them being good. It's all like reformed criminals. So in the comics, like Venom's been in it. Wolverine's son has been in it.
So is Madam
Norman
Hydra
Osborn.
not bad?
Yeah. I don't get the impression it's for. I get the impression it's more of a rather than rather in like Suicide Squad where the government, so technically good. I know Amanda Waller's like kind of not good, but she is.
Yeah.
She's working for the good side, kind of, isn't she? Just doing things in the wrong way, but she's getting a bunch of villains to go and do good things by sort of threatening their lives. My impression of the Thunderbolts is going to be that it's going to be bad guys getting villains who are reformed, who want to be good, to do bad things, but they think they're doing good things. Does that make sense? It's like John Walker. I know you want to be good. I know you want to be Captain America, and you don't want. You're sorry for what you've done. Come and work for me, and we're going to be like the B Squad Avengers, but she's going to have them doing things that maybe aren't what they should be doing.
Yeah.
It might be wrong, but again, that's not necessarily where it goes in the comics. But as I said, Norman Osborn was one of them. But in the comics, they all sort of acted as like real Avengers. So they took over from the Avengers.
Bucky's like an extension of the Avengers, so what would make him go to that team?
I don't know.
Because he's already with Sam. This is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Explain,
I think it'll be.
Explain this.
I can't
it's
explain
okay.
it. I'm
no,
guessing.
Not you.
I'm guessing.
I'm talking to Kevin Feige.
Well, I don't think
the channels.
We've got concept art. I don't think it'll be long before we start getting teasers and stuff like that. They're shooting next summer.
So I assume we're getting Madam Hydra back in that as well. Then
She's in the picture. Madam Hydra's in the picture.
God,
So we've got Madam Hydra. We've got Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It's Ghost in the white hood. Okay.
We've got Red Guardian, Yelena, John Walker, Bucky, and then we've got Taskmaster.
Okay.
So it's
three of them all from one film now.
It's a bit boring, I'll be dead honest.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And with no Abomination.
Where's Zemo?
Well, yeah.
Zemo would have been all right.
Is Zemo going to be the man in the chair, though? Like second down from Madam Hydra?
I could live without Abomination if we got Zemo. But just because that's who they're saying at the moment doesn't mean we're not going to get Abomination and other people. We could also... That might just be the people that we know so far. Who's to say there aren't going to be another 3, 4, even 1 or 2 new characters to the MCU who we've just not seen before? But at the moment, it does feel a little bit meh. I'm not. I mean, I'm excited because it's Thunderbolts and it's some really good characters.
Let's be honest, Yelena's back, so that
Yelena, I think Bucky's
that alone
well.
is enough for me to go back and watch something anyway because we get Yelena.
It's an amazing. It is an amazing. It's going to be a really good team. I just think it'd be nice if they didn't all have the same power set apart from Ghost.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much they're just a bunch of super soldiers.
Yeah.
Which again we knew anyway. Back to Star Wars then. We got a final trailer for Andor.
Yes.
Which again was not much happened in it, but it really hooked me.
And it really pushed the gritty look on it as well. Yeah. Which I feel
like we're in the gritty section of D23.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was much in D23 that wasn't gritty when you think about it. But this is like really, really deep. It's gonna be dark. This series. There's a bit where you hear Andor saying, we've all done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion. And it's like, it's all going to come out what sort of things he's done.
Yeah.
But the Star Destroyer flying over, again, the bit of the wow moment from the trailer, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
Again, I like how it's gritty. There's no Jedi. There's no Force powers or anything like that.
No.
It's basically just real people. Not real, obviously, but, normal people with no powers. And what they're going to be prepared to do to fight for their side. And I think it's going to get dark. It's not going to be like The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio dark or anything like that. But I feel like it's going to push it to the limit.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're going to get like interrogations and torture and all that sort of stuff because it's just not humans, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
First 3 episodes we already knew are coming out September 21st.
Yes.
Apparently they are ready to start filming season 2 already.
Oh wow.
So they've confirmed there's going to be a series 1 and 2. 24 episodes across it, and it's pretty much just going to be one 24-episode movie. Diego Luna said. Yeah. So we're clearly going to end up on a big cliffhanger at the end of season 1 because it's going to follow straight into season 2. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of episodes. Even 12 for a series feels like a lot of episodes. I wonder how long each episode is going to be, particularly with 3 episodes coming out on September 21st. It's going to be a busy week for the podcast in 2 weeks, isn't it? Let's stick with Star Wars then. So we also got the trailer completely different for Tales of the Jedi. So this is basically a series of 6 original stories focusing on Ahsoka and Count Dooku, basically.
Yeah.
At different parts in their lives. So they got the first trailer, as I said, came out. As much as I love Ahsoka, because I think she's a great character. I want to see more of her. I'm massively excited to see more of Dooku.
Yeah.
Because he's a character who we've only sort of heard about in the movies.
Yeah.
And we've only seen him at the end once he's turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
Didn't really do much. He was in like episode 2 a little bit. He got his head chopped off at the start of episode 3. So I'm excited to see his turn to the dark side and more of the relationship between him and Qui-Gon Jinn, because obviously he was Qui-Gon's master. I'm a little bit disappointed that they're going to cover this in 3 shorts, probably animated.
Yeah.
Probably going to be like 5 to 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
A movie, or not a movie necessarily, but a series would have been good.
The voices of Christopher Lee and
they
stuff like
because
that?
Dooku is dead. Christopher Lee's dead.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It sounded like Liam Neeson, to be fair, but Christopher Lee's he's a little bit dead. So that's probably why they can't go down the route. But you know what? If you went on a TV series and you went young enough, you could just obviously recast.
Yeah.
Clearly. Either way, though, it looks really good. I'm excited to see that one. And as I said, it's not far away. That's October 26th. So that's really soon. They're going to drop all 6 episodes just on one day.
Oh, okay.
But again, it's probably going to be like 50 minutes between all the episodes. So it'll be quite quick to get through.
Do you reckon it'll be that quick?
Yeah, I reckon. Well, it says shorts. I always think it's going to be like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the I Am Groot ones, like we said, it's like they were 5 minutes each, but by the time you got the intro and the credits out, it was like a minute and a half each episode.
Yeah.
So they'll be really quick. Final trailer then. We did get to see a Werewolf by Night trailer.
Right.
So
I'm all for this.
I am 100% behind this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When you'd said, because like we've not talked about it at all.
know, yeah.
You went, I can't wait to see what you think of it.
know.
And I was like, I'm staying quiet.
No, I'm on board.
I'm all about this.
I didn't think you would be. That's why I was a bit like, I can't wait to hear what you say.
So you know that I love kind of me horror movies, the genre and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is your classic 50s, 40s.
40s, 50s,
like,
B-movie.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Oh.
Wires.
Yeah.
See the cables all over the place. See the extras walking around in the background.
The
and
elongated scene of someone screaming, like when it's just not necessarily for that long.
But they've played on that.
Yeah.
It's like you can see
and
in the
totally
trailer
okay with
cuts.
It.
You can see like somebody acting and then it cuts. And you can see where they've merged the mesh of the clips
and then
together.
the burning of the film at the end and stuff. Like, if I was just like, okay, I'm fully on board for this.
On board with it.
Yeah.
I am still really impressed because for a while now I've been saying this isn't happening.
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
We haven't heard
be there.
anything about
it's
it
filmed,
at all.
It's done.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. So again, I still don't really get what's going on from it.
Yeah.
It looks very much like what's that game like Among Us? It looks like
yes.
they're all there in a hotel or a mansion or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone's a werewolf and it's basically which one is the werewolf.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie recently though.
I mean, it was American Horror Stories with Lady Gaga. Was that?
Is that what that was about? No, it wasn't. There was a film.
It was them all in a hotel and everyone's a bit fucking odd. And then you find out the people are vampires.
I'm going to get this. So, Sam Richardson was in a film. I'm scrolling through IMDb now. I watched this not long ago. I've got a feeling it was called Werewolf by Night. I'm not kidding. Werewolves Within it was called.
Oh.
And it was the same thing. It was really good.
Oh.
I mean, it was a bit shit, but it was so bad it was good.
Yeah.
But I think they played on it. That, again, I won't spoil it, but that is another one where there's a hotel. They all end up in a mansion or a hotel, and someone's a werewolf, and people start getting picked off, and you've got to try and figure out who was the werewolf.
Amazing.
And that's a game. So it's based off a computer game, which I assume is like Among Us. So again, I feel like I've already seen it. I don't get the impression that would be the story from the comics either.
Yeah.
I think it's just the comics. My impression is that it's a werewolf, a superhero who's a werewolf, basically.
Yeah.
And now they've gone, let's create this as the story for it.
Yeah.
But it still looks really good. I'm okay. I've seen it before because I've not seen a 1940s B-movie version of it.
Yeah.
So I'm completely on board with it. I get the impression
it's just a bit different, isn't it?
Marvel have done like so many genres. They've
Yeah.
never done 1940s horror.
Yeah.
So I'm completely all right with it. It made a big deal at the start and on all the posters that I've seen of it being a Marvel Studios special presentation.
Okay.
So I reckon they're going to try and push the fact that as much as we're doing this, it's not canon.
Right.
Like
okay.
none of it's going to be canon. It's not going to be like this happened 80 years ago. It's just not going to be canon. It's just a horror story. It's out for this Halloween. Still can't believe it's coming out this Halloween.
It's actually coming out a lot sooner.
It's coming
like
out 7th of October.
Yeah, I was going to say beginning of October.
That's like 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
They've done so well. I mean, I know people knew about it anyway, but they've done so well to not have
Keep
loads of leaks.
Yeah.
Big reveal from the trailer as well. Yeah, I'm getting the picture. Blink and you miss it. It was like one frame. Man-Thing.
Oh, okay.
So Man-Thing's going to appear in there as well.
Amazing.
Don't know how or anything like that, but yeah, he is in it.
Love it.
So, other than that, then that's pretty much everything we got to see.
Yeah.
But there were still tons of other announcements.
So
and bits
I
of information.
believe, and I don't. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. There was a bit of a teaser about the Marvels that we haven't been able to see.
But we didn't see. So
no, I've had a little look to see if anything was leaked, but I can't see anything at the moment. Apparently, it doesn't give a lot away.
No,
it's just introducing you to the idea of what the story is going to be about, and apparently, it's looking like it's following on directly from Miss Marvel, as we thought.
Yes, it does look like that. Yeah,
but between the three of them, they're all jumping and switching places.
Yeah, so it was basically a trailer. It was the initial trailer, so I assume we will get to see it.
Yeah.
It was set on the Sabre space station, which is where Fury was when he was in space.
Yeah.
It basically picks up right from the end. So you see Kamala dealing with the fact that her powers are somehow entangled with Captain Marvel's, and that's why there's obviously this whole switch. There's not really much other than that, apart from just them all three of them dealing with the relationships in the trailer.
Yeah.
Goose the cat's back, which is always a plus.
I love it. So, I don't know how I know how they're doing it because they're doing it with CGI. Because Brie Larson's allergic to cats.
Wow, how do you know that?
So she.
That's a weird thing to know. It's good, but
so every scene that Brie Larson is in with that cat is CGI. The cat is not real in any of those moments because Brie Larson's allergic.
That's very. I mean, I can get that anyway because cats would be a pain in the arse to deal with on set.
Yeah,
but
no, but not even because of that. It's purely because
she's allergic. No, I know. I get that. I get it.
Can you imagine
having to interact?
Being like, I'm allergic to cats.
Create a.
We're gonna put in a superhero movie, and your sidekick's a cat.
The most random thing anyway.
That's like me being fucking Aquaman, innit?
It just so
and
happens,
I can't swim.
It just so happens it's for a different person. Are you kidding, aren't you? What's his face? Apparently Tenoch Huerta, who's he couldn't swim until he started filming. Yeah. He had to learn to swim for the movie.
Amazing.
But yeah, so we got footage from that. So first trailer.
Yeah.
They also released footage from Loki season 2.
Okay.
So again, there's little bits of information that have come out. It shows Loki going back to the TVA offices at the end of the first season. See glimpses of a statue of Kang, Sylvie, more Loki variants.
Okay.
Which is going to be boss.
I just want alligator Loki back.
So do I as well, yeah. Mobius is in there as well. There's a few bits of information that have come out about the trailer. Eric Voss from New Rockstars said there's a shot where Loki chisels away a mural of the Timekeepers to reveal a wall of giant golden Kang faces. Ooh. Yeah, so that's going to be boss. And then, what was the other bit? Slash Film said they released a few little bits of information as well. There was a conversation between Loki and Mobius, and Loki said, I don't want you to think that I'm the bad guy in all of this. And Mobius saying, who says you were? So they've still got that relationship somehow.
Yeah,
Whether that's the Mobius that he met when he went to he landed back in the TVA, or the original Mobius is back, I don't know. The other bit of info that came out is that Ke Huy Quan, who is Short Round from Indiana Jones and Data, and he was the husband in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's been cast in Loki season 2.
I didn't even get onto the fact that was him.
Instantly, as soon as I saw him, I was like, "Oh my god, there's no way that's Short Round from Indiana Jones." So straight onto IMDb, and it
However, there's also been a little reunion with him and
I know, with him and Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Because
apparently when he came on stage, he went, oh wait, this isn't the Indiana Jones panel, because they just had the Indiana Jones panel before. Absolute legend. Yeah, I saw a picture of him hugging Harrison Ford.
He's so wholesome in it.
Considering he's not been in anything for so long, he's brilliant in Everything Everywhere.
Yeah.
I can just imagine he's going to be absolutely fantastic in this, so I'm dead excited to see that. We got some more details of Daredevil Born Again.
Did they do the She-Hulk mid-season trailer in that as well, or has that just been rolled out to all of us?
That got rolled out on Twitter, yeah. Okay. So there was no new footage for Daredevil, I believe. However, they did give you a bit of information. Charlie Cox was there, Vincent D'Onofrio was out on stage as well, so they were together. The biggest bit of information from it is that it's obviously we already knew it was going to be 18 episodes, but Charlie Cox has confirmed. He said this is not in any way season 4 of Daredevil. This is a whole new story, so it's not going to be in a continuation at all from it. There's rumours Bullseye is going to be in it as well.
Okay,
which would be good. He was apparently really good in season 3.
Yeah, he was insane.
Was he good?
Yeah.
Sound okay. I've still not watched.
I mean, when I say insane, I don't mean insane as in good insane. He was just fucking insane. He was a lunatic.
That's what you want, though, isn't
and
it?
I kind of loved it. Yeah,
such a good character when we get him back.
Yeah.
What else did we get? So we talked about the Marvels already. There was a bit of new Black Panther Wakanda Forever footage.
Oh yeah.
Again, it was a trailer. Again, the same, but it sounds to me more like it was. Just like a clip.
Yeah.
Eric Voss again said that Ryan Coogler showed exclusive footage from Black Panther. Ramonda snaps at UN leaders, including Richard Schiff, and a French leader concerned about vibranium weapons of mass destruction and vibranium not setting off metal detectors. So you see that in the footage as well.
Ooh, okay.
So it's basically like people aren't welcoming them to the UN and stuff like that. It's like you're more of a threat. So again, it's how they're going to deal with that, because obviously the whole story from Black Panther was we want to be involved.
Yeah,
we can help the world with all our technology. And now
the
world are like we don't want. Yeah, probably like a jealous and fear type thing, clearly. But that'll be good. Captain America: New World Order. Yeah. So there was the cast all came out for that.
Okay.
Some big confirmations for that. So we have had it confirmed that Carl Lumbly is back as Isaiah Bradley.
Ooh,
so
okay.
Isaiah's back.
So we can still get Isaiah's moment.
Potentially, we could get this moment, yeah. Danny Ramirez, who played Joaquin Torres in Captain America, in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So the young lad who was Sam's partner for the first missions.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be the Falcon.
Yeah, so that's what we thought, because he got given the wings, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I forgot that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's going to be back as the Falcon.
Amazing.
And then the best bit of casting, which potentially connects to She-Hulk, Tim Blake Nelson, who was Samuel Stearns in The Incredible Hulk, the guy whose head started growing.
Oh yeah,
he's back as the villain for Captain America: New World Order.
Ooh. Okay.
So could he be the boss at the end of She-Hulk? Is he the one who's trying to get hold of She-Hulk's blood?
Could be.
And that's going to lead into this. Because we were only talking about him like last week or the week before, and it was like, he's not been in the MCU for years. Wouldn't it be good if they were bringing him back? And now it all seems to be sort of slotting into place.
That's quite cool. Yeah,
I'm so impressed with that casting back, because that's a character that they could have explored in so much more detail.
Getting Sharon?
She wasn't on stage.
Wasn't she?
No, but she's been in the promo materials. So I think it was at SDCC.
Okay.
There was like a poster for Captain America.
Van Camp was on there.
Oh, do you know what? I don't think it was actually for Captain America 4. It was just a poster that had Sam on it, but then it also had Emily Van Camp in a white Black Widow suit.
Yeah.
So I would guess that she'd be back.
Okay.
There was a bit of information about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They showed footage again. I think most of it was the footage that they showed from SDCC, which is we still didn't get to see.
No.
People are still saying that like the best bit of it. BD from comicbook.com said the best bit is when Kang says, "You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?" He said he's still got chills off that when he said that to Ant-Man. I can't wait to see Kang.
I'm so excited.
He's so good.
So excited.
But yeah, they had the cast on the stage. Paul Rudd was saying how he's really happy to be the sexiest man alive, and he got introduced to the sexiest man alive when he came on. He said the audience are the sexiest audience alive. So he's proper playing on that.
Love it.
Jonathan Majors, I believe, was there as well. And again, the footage, they did see another glimpse of MODOK.
Can you imagine getting cast as the new villain, and you're literally just walking into all these actors that are phenomenal actors,
so good.
and just be like, "Yo, I'm here to fuck shit up."
Well, that's what Paul Rudd was like, wasn't he?
Like that, just I'd love to play a villain. Like villain parts are so much better.
Yeah,
you can properly. Yes and no.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends how well you go straight into it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like. I just love that. I'd love to be a villain. I'd love to be an absolute prick.
Just get
because you don't get to do it in real life.
No, I know.
Like, and sometimes there's moments in real life where you just want to be.
I know.
But you can't.
Just getting to go into Marvel, it's like Paul Rudd was on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and he was saying that when he was filming Civil War, because he'd already done Ant-Man, but he wasn't with anybody. So when he was on like the set of Civil War and all that sort of stuff, he said he was basically acting like Scott does when he's like, "Oh my god, it's Captain America." And he said at one point, Chris Evans, they were all on set, and Chris Evans had to go off set for something.
Yeah.
And he called his like PA over and was like, "Can you just hold the shield?" And Paul Rudd's like, "No, I'll hold your shield." And he's like, he said he was posing with it and all that sort of stuff. Not to any photos or anything like that. He was just like having a go at it and stuff like that. He said he was just absolutely amazed by it. But you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What else did we get? So we got first trailer for Echo.
Okay.
Again, we've still not had a chance to see it. They said the trailer opens with scenes of Echo's family and her ancestors. You see her open a prosthetic leg that's covered in gold, which is basically left over from her days of working for Kingpin. You see her out on a mission, fighting street gangs, all that sort of stuff. It says the next thing you know, Echo's on a train, and you see scenes of her fighting, and it's cut together with black and white cowboys shooting Native Americans. So I think they're going to really explore like hair culture, like they did in sort of in Ms. Marvel. And then at the end of the trailer, she comes face to face with Kingpin.
Ooh,
so which we already knew.
Yeah.
There's a big reveal as well. I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay.
But there's a big reveal. If you want to know it, you can go online and see it. I mean, it's not a massive reveal, but it's a little bit of a spoiler. But I won't say what it is on here. But it doesn't give like loads of information away, but it'll get you questioning.
Okay.
A few things. I won't tell you that either because you don't know.
Is Verma Fantasmagorica back?
I don't know who that is. Sounds like something you get at Starbucks. Can I have a grande one? Vera Farmiga.
That's it.
I don't know. Maybe. Marvel Ironheart. So got first footage of that. I don't know why I said Marvel. You know it's Marvel. So you got the first footage of Ironheart. You see Riri Williams. You see her talking to a high-tech necklace. And we also got confirmation there as well that Anthony Ramos is 100% playing the Hood, which we knew anyway, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you get a first glimpse of her in her full Iron Man suit of armour as well. I mean, we don't get to see it. We will at some point, but again, really good footage apparently. So, back to Star Wars. There was a little bit of information about Ahsoka. There was no trailer or footage. It was just Jon Favreau came out on stage and he was talking about it. I don't even know if Rosario Dawson was there, to be perfectly honest. We got confirmation that The Bad Batch Season 2 is coming back in January next year. And it's going to be 16 episodes. I've not seen The Bad Batch still.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've heard really, really good things about it.
I've heard good
it's
things.
Just when am I going to get time to go and watch it?
I'm going to.
I will at some point.
It is on my list.
I feel like I need to go back and watch all the other animated Star Wars stuff. And I know it's not linked, but I feel like if I'm going into it, I might as well catch up on everything, really.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. There were other things as well that weren't Star Wars or Marvel related. So there was a lot of footage or clips from Avatar, whatever it's called. The Way of the Water, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. You're excited.
I'm excited. I've got to say I am excited.
So there was footage of that.
We got the trailer for Willow this season.
I've never... Right, yeah, so we did.
I've not watched the film.
I've never watched the film either. I haven't even watched the trailer
But my
for
friend's
this.
obsessed with the film and she made me watch the trailer for it when we were doing all the D23 stuff last night. It looks quite potentially good.
You've got Warwick Davis back. Christian Slater's been cast in it as well.
Christian Slater is in it.
So I'm all right with
Davis makes me howl, though, to be fair, like just in general.
He's such a legend.
So, yeah.
Absolute ledge.
I know. And he's just up for anything.
Again, I feel like I'll have to go back and watch Willow. And people will be sitting there going, how have you never seen Willow?
No, I know. I've never seen it either.
Was Tom Cruise in it?
I don't know.
I feel like Tom Cruise was in it. I might have just completely made that up. Listeners will tell me, but I feel like Tom Cruise was in it. The other bit of footage that we got was the Indiana Jones footage. First trailer. It's basically Harrison Ford mixed with flashbacks. So they've CGI'd and de-aged him.
Last film now officially as Indiana Jones.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was ever, to be fair. But yeah.
But he's apparent.
That's
there
not.
You go, my turn now. Apparently,
yeah, that's not a bad thing though.
He said he's come out, and that's why the whole reunion thing with the hug with what's his name was a big deal because it was like
short round,
this is now the last time he's ever going to be out as Indiana Jones.
I don't think we even needed this one. I'll be really honest.
I don't think we needed this.
Not
one.
After the last one.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a bit.
It was a bit.
Well,
it was
aliens
crap.
in it.
It wasn't good.
Why would you bring aliens into it at that point? Like,
I don't know.
Just seems like a desperate grasp, in my opinion.
Just a little bit, yeah. Can we forgot something? We'll talk about it in a minute about what wasn't there. Something else that we missed. I've seen bits of it, so I think you've seen the whole thing. It opened the Marvel presentation.
Oh my god! Yes,
with a full performance from the cast of Rogers the Musical. Doing I Could Do This All Day,
mate.
Some people didn't like it. Some people were like, oh god, they've brought this shit back. It's like, what planet are you people on? There's no happiness in your lives. Yeah, people didn't like it. I think people thought it was stupid.
Oh my god, go take a Valium.
It's
sort
amazing.
Your life out. Like,
I've seen clips of it online. It looked really, really good. I wish I was there.
If I'd have been there,
that would have been
that's how
highlight.
It would have opened. I'd have been stood up like the mum from Nutty Professor, like, Hercules.
And he just broke his mic. Do you know what though, right? And this isn't to put down all the announcements that we did get.
Yeah.
If I'd been there and watched all those trailers, that would have still been my highlights.
Yeah.
With all the trailers that were there that we didn't get to see, like Ant-Man Quantumania, and there wasn't a Daredevil trailer, but all that sort of stuff, that still would have been the absolute highlight for me. I'd have been absolutely buzzing off that. So let's talk about stuff that we didn't get. Or we did and didn't.
So, well, first of all,
go on.
So since we've done this now, there's been stories popping up about actors and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because obviously we had the kind of, somebody had put out a rumour of the names of people that are going to be in.
We talked about that in this week's episode.
There's been another story that's come out.
Okay.
So first of all, Jodie Comer, Sue Storm.
Yeah.
That seems to be quite a heavy rumour now that's going round.
It does, yeah.
But also Denzel.
Okay.
Apparently
or allegedly.
Doom.
Okay. I'd be good with that as well.
I can see that.
But when you say it's a rumour, is it just people just grasping it?
Maybe it's grasping at straws, and it could be, for all we know, but it's circulating.
So with the Jodie Comer one, for instance,
yeah.
Feige did announce at D23 that and confirm that Matt Shakman is going to be directing, which we kind of knew anyway, but that's great news.
Yeah.
He said that there's no casting news on that for now because he feels that Matt Shakman as the director should be the one to have the final say on the casting. So it does make you question how close is Jodie Comer potentially to it if we're leaving it to Matt Shakman, and he's only just come on board in the last week.
But is he saying that, or has it been like one of the first conversations they've had?
I'm sure it was.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure it was, but I was a little bit disappointed that we've not got.
I feel like what they say is happening and being agreed happens like 4 weeks before we think it's actually happening.
That's the thing, isn't it?
So for me, Matt Shakman last week, probably 5 weeks ago, and they're just saying last week.
It's now been confirmed.
So that they can keep everything as top secret as they can,
Yeah.
So
because it kind of goes against what they said as well. They said they wanted a big name director for Fantastic Four. And as great as Matt Shakman is, I'm really happy about it. He's not.
Yeah. But then bringing someone like Denzel on as Doom.
Yeah. Fantastic.
That's a massive name in it.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced on Doom, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then
just Denzel in the MCU is absolutely mega. It's gonna be so good. So something else that we didn't get anything about the X-Men.
We didn't.
No X-Men again. We were talking about Giancarlo Esposito being Professor X.
Yeah.
Denzel, we were saying potentially being Magneto. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not an X-Men.
No.
Justin Kroll has said that as far as he's aware, the X-Men is not... an X-Men film anyway isn't going to be happening for a very long time. And he's added that outside of a writer being tapped, it's super unlikely any casting decisions would get made on that for some time either.
I think they're playing on that though. I think we'll get a mutant film without it being an X-Men film.
I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. I do think, because I think we talked about this when we did SDCC, that with this being the multiverse saga, phase 4, 5, and 6, I think we'll leave X-Men until phase 7, 8, and 9. I think it'll be the mutant saga.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with
spend some actual time on
I wouldn't be surprised if we had more. Right, so spoilers if you've not seen it by now. Kamala Khan is a mutant. We know we've got our first mutant in the MCU.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get B, C level mutants throughout the MCU, sort of like littered throughout movies. Do you know what? First thing that comes into my head is Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, going to have some sort of mutant ability? Do you know what I mean? Because he's got super soldiers, no superpowers. Just characters like that having sort of like mild mutant powers for some reason. Because Kamala's power comes from the bangle. It's just that her mutant ability is the thing that allows her to use the bangle. That's the kind of understanding I get. So she's not a super powerful mutant.
No.
So I think they'll drip feed it, but I don't feel like they'll drop any major players until we get to until we get to that. I feel like our seeing the likes of Professor X in Multiverse of Madness was this will keep you going until we get to that stage.
And
but
again, with it being multiverse, we might see the odd character. I mean, I could see, for example,
the actual main MCU characters.
I could see, for example, us getting a Wanda versus Jean Grey fight at some point if it's multiversal.
Yeah, I could.
Because
I don't know what Jean Grey you're going to see, because you're not going to get Famke Janssen back.
No.
And I don't really want Sophie Turner back, because I don't really rate her.
No.
There's no way we can get through the multiverse saga without Hugh Jackman. I'll be so shocked if we don't get I don't want a cameo. I will just be shocked if we don't get a bit of screen time.
Even if it was just still
especially in Deadpool 3.
Could you imagine, though, if it just was another passing thing in a bar where they were like, look, we could still use you on the team, and he just goes, fuck off again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Something.
Like, same as last time,
yeah.
but like further down the line, so he's still going, nah, not interested.
I think we'll get him. But when you think about how busy the multiverse saga is now going to be with all these movies, I know we've still got 8 unannounced movies or projects, but do you really want them to try and shoehorn the
no, I don't.
X-Men,
if they're going to do it, they need to do it
X-Men
properly.
into it.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. I also though don't want Cyclops to pop up in a film and then Wolverine pop up in a film and then they join together to make the X-Men. Don't want that. No. I want X-Men movie at the start of phase 7.
If we're going to get them at all, they need to be from another universe. They need to not be from ours.
No, I like the idea of Professor X having covered up the fact that they've been here the whole time.
Yeah, and this is what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's why I think
not from another universe.
if we get them multiversal for now,
and
that's the little drip in
here
and there.
Yeah.
But then we find out that this has been ongoing for ages, and now for whatever reason they can't control the level of mutants that are coming out or something, and then they've got to expose themselves.
It's like I said a couple of months ago, imagine footage of finding out that they've been there in every battle. They were there in the Endgame battle, they were there in the Battle of New York, and it has all just been minds erased by Professor X. I know it's my idea, but I think that'd be a great way of introducing them and explaining how the hell we've only just found out about mutants. So, but again, I don't want that to be drip fed. In this saga. I think, again, we need a new saga for it. But yeah, other than that was pretty much it. There was a lot of info there. Yeah. Just not anything massively new. No big shockers.
No.
Not like SDCC where you were like, holy crap, I can't believe this is happening. Yeah. I think they wanted the Thunderbolts announcement to be that. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. But again, we still got lots of information. I'm glad DC cancelled Fandom because I can't cope with all the amount of information that we've got to deal with. So we have got Podfads Assemble this episode, like a mini one because it's a bonus episode. But before we get on to that, it wasn't D23, but it was the same day as D23. We got a mid-season trailer for She-Hulk.
Yeah, and we might as well mention it now between episodes.
Yeah, we might as well, Go on, Anthony. So, Anthony loves this. Go on.
I'm dead excited.
I'm dead excited to be
I feel like it gave us what we didn't get in the 4th episode.
Yes, I do.
That little bit of steering story and knowing where it's going.
They needed to drop the trailer.
You know, we got Charlie Cox in the courtroom. We got Daredevil.
Yeah.
So we know that we're seeing both sides of him, and whether she knows that it's the same guy or not, we don't know yet.
I don't think she
and
does.
All of that kind of stuff.
From the reaction that she get when she's like eyeing him up and like looking at him, and she's like, "Oh, he looks nice," sort of thing. I don't think she knows it's Matt Murdock.
We got more Titania.
So
that's again, you know, we're seeing the kind of end game of it a bit more than we had before.
Yeah,
I still don't know necessarily where it's going.
No,
but the fact that I think it needed it. I think we needed to just get really this little bit dropped, just to show that they have got a plan.
No.
Because it really felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that was my concern at the end of the last episode. So I'm quite excited now.
I'm a little bit more excited for this week's episode.
To see this. I mean, it wasn't. We didn't get loads and loads and loads from it. You know, it was just little bits of pieces.
I'm also excited, and you know, since we're talking about D23, I'm also excited to see Jen popping up throughout other projects.
Yeah,
because there must be some projects that we've seen footage, or not necessarily we've seen footage for, but there's been footage for over the last couple of days that she's in, but we've just not seen her in the footage yet. She must be popping up in more projects than that.
Well, you'd think, wouldn't
and we again, these other projects could be like World War Hulk and stuff like that.
I mean,
there's a lot there.
We could get it starting at the beginning of Captain America.
Could do.
Because that's so ground level and government enforced that lawyers could be involved with it and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So there's all sorts that could be.
Or the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I could see Jen in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
That could be we need a Hulk in the Thunderbolts. It's got to be Abomination or Jen. Or Hulk.
Yeah.
Savage Hulk coming back as part of the Thunderbolts. That'd work.
It would.
I think there's more to it. There's more to it than that.
Wouldn't it be right? Wouldn't it be amazing though if the Avengers started fighting some big bad, and then the big bad turned around and went, "We've got a Hulk."
Yes.
And that be the introduction to Savage Hulk coming back.
Oh my god, yes.
How good would that be?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen because I think we're going to see it at the end of this, but that would be so good. Kind of feel like they maybe already done it with Hulk in Ragnarok, the reveal of Hulk, which didn't really work because they showed him in the trailers 6 months before.
But if they did that and just said, we have a Hulk, I'd be like, oh!
Do you know what? And we've gone off on one again, but me pushing it even further, there was an article I read this week about leaks. At Marvel, because it does feel like a couple of years ago you didn't know anything, and now we know everything, and it's not necessarily just all through trailers.
Is it whether the leaks are purposeful or not?
No, they're saying that the reasons for the leaks are two things. They've said because of COVID, they've had to completely change the way they film things. They've got like COVID security, everything's got to be COVID secure, and it's easier for leaks to get out of set and people to get into set,
because there's more people around with security and keeping people apart and doing all those extra little bits and pieces.
And they said the other big reason is because VFX artists are working from home, and the people, I don't know whether it's hackers or whatever, like it sounds like 1996.
Well,
it's whether people are getting access to it.
They can't be policed as much at home.
Yeah,
and this is a big thing that on the negative side that's coming out from working from home.
When you think about it, though, so much concept art. Like we saw Namor months before we got it, and it was from concept art, and those concept artists will be working from home.
But we've been getting that for months and months for years. With other stuff, but
Marvel's always been like.
Didn't we get concept art for Black Widow as well and stuff?
Yeah, but that was COVID. That was during COVID.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. People working from home. It's that whole idea.
It's all kicked off since COVID.
Yeah,
because they used to be so good. You never used to know anything.
No.
So I'm hoping now that COVID's sort of disappearing, that we get back to that, because I want to be truly shocked.
So do I.
That's the big thing about Marvel. You used to just be in a movie theater and you would be completely floored by something that was going to come on. I think they got quite close to it with Hercules popping up at the end of Thor and Thunder. I had no idea it was going to be there.
No clue whatsoever.
I think they also, though, we've gone off on one again, I think they need to change up the way that they're doing premieres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure, if we were lucky enough to be invited to a premiere, fantastic, clearly. But back in the day, the people who got to go to the premiere were the stars of the movie, celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now it's like
with YouTube and TikTokers,
and this is not me having a dig at anybody who gets to go, because there's people we talk to online, talk to once or twice on like Twitter and stuff like that, who get to go to these things, and they're great. They're great guys, and to be honest, most of the leaks tend to be coming from the big review sites like Variety and stuff like that. But there's so many people who seem to get to go to these premieres now, who wouldn't have got, they just wouldn't have got to go in a million years, and they do. And I'm not saying that any of those are doing it, as I said, but there's just too many people seeing the movies weeks before they come out now. And it used to be a case that we all saw it on release day and that was it. And that's what's getting things spoiled. Post-credit scenes are leaked like a week or two before the movie comes out, and it's ruined. Unless you put massive effort into not seeing it. But sorry, I've had a rant.
No, and I get it, and it, it is one of those things that's tough. But I think maybe if it gets to a point that we're back into our normal situation, kind of post-COVID and all of that kind of stuff, that Marvel makes a point of enforcing any NDAs that they've got on people doing stuff, and to make, if nothing else, just to make a point of being like, stop ruining it for everyone else. Enforce one of the NDAs, because you've got IP addresses, you've got but it's hard. You can trace things.
I know.
Back.
I wonder whether that's why they're bringing in the likes of YouTubers and cosplayers and stuff like that, though, and and smaller reporters and journalists, because the big trades are, to be fair, the ones who are leaking it, and they feel like they can just get away with it. But Marvel need the trades, like, so it was Variety. I can't remember the guy's name, but Variety came straight out of the Eternals premiere and posted the fact that Harry Styles was in the post credits. Straight out, and it was there. It was all over the place. And that was Variety, who are a massive trade organisation.
I'd impose it on them.
But then they were, whatever the next premiere was, they were there. The same guy was there again, and it's like, why are you inviting him again?
Exactly.
Just get rid of him. But maybe that is why they are giving access to YouTube, because it's like, well, can we get as much sort of hype from these people than we get from not Deadline, but like Variety and stuff like that, so that we can just bypass the likes of Variety who just feel like they can do whatever they want. And maybe that's what they're doing, but they need to do something about it. They need to do something. Should we do Podfans Assemble then? Let's see what the listeners thought.
Fans Assemble.
So we asked, what trailer, footage, or reveal has you most excited? And we asked you to let us know. I mean, Hello said, amazing. I can't wait for Werewolf by Night. Secret Invasion looks awesome. Great to see Charlie and Vincent together again. Thunderbolts looks intriguing. After SDCC, it's incredible how much great shows Marvel Star Wars has coming, and it's all putting DC to immense shame.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is, yeah.
But I feel like that's like an easy pop. That's too easy. Don't be mean.
That's like a plane looking at a car going, "Ha, you can't fly."
Don't be mean. But and I agree with what you said as well. I think Werewolf by Night and Secret Invasion were the standouts for me. But I was surprised at how excited I was by the Star Wars content.
Yeah,
because I feel it's all like been a little bit meh.
Well, everyone's been a bit because of Boba Fett. I think it brought everybody's opinions down massively. A bit, didn't it? So. Yeah. But then again, we had Obi-Wan.
No sign of Boba Fett in any of this. I wonder why.
However, I do want the Hutt twins to come back.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I was okay with them.
Yeah, I was.
They were sound. Kenneth said Secret Invasion, Andor, and Mando Season 3 were all the highlights RE footage.
Yeah.
However, I did like the snippets we got from the Marvels and Willow. But all in all, wasn't as wild as I was for the SDCC panel from Marvel especially.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, again, we got overpromised stuff that we didn't receive.
Yeah.
So, and that tends to be the problem now, is don't promise what you're not going to.
I'm questioning now, when's the next big sort of press conference like this? When are we going to get casting announcement for Marvel Fantastic Four?
No idea.
I'm wondering whether we're going to get a Fantastic Four casting announcement in a show. Like, are we just going to get Reed Richards pop up somewhere?
I'd love that, and I've already said it.
Yeah.
I want it to be a thing.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced that they're going to keep John Krasinski.
I'm not.
Are you not?
No.
But I'm okay with it. The only circumstance where they haven't kept the same actors, though, is Spider-Man, and that's because of the Sony thing. In every Marvel
they're not going
case...
to do it with Charles Xavier, are they, though?
No, I know, but every Marvel case so far has been...
I know.
So I know. Obviously,
but it hasn't with Loki. But look how many variant Lokis there are, all different actors. Richard D. Grant was a variant Loki, so why can't a different Reed Richards be a different Reed Richards? And I know everybody else in that film was the same, but they were and they weren't, because Charles Xavier, we know we're not going to get Patrick Stewart as Xavier.
No, I know.
So it can be different.
I know.
And I think it was trying to please the fans, but I think it was also a bit of a test. Yeah. And I think a lot of people weren't massively impressed.
You had 3 seconds.
I know, but I just don't think a lot of people...
turned into spaghetti.
I don't... Yeah, but I'm
I
not
loved
100%.
It.
I'm not 100% on board with it. I'm not 100% convinced that he will be amazing off that performance. And I know it was only a couple of seconds, but I thought I'd be more wowed than I was. I'm not saying it was crap. There's a lot of people out there going, "Oh, he's rubbish. Don't ever put him on screen again." I'd be quite happy if they brought him back. I'm just not. I thought I'd see that and be like 100% categorically, we need Krasinski back, and I'm not.
So right, no, I've got a pick issue with this.
Okay.
The reason being is everyone else that you've seen, that has been amazing, has had chance to establish a character.
No, I know.
He's the only one there that's been thrown in to somebody mid-story.
I know.
And that is a very, very difficult thing to do when you've never played it before.
I'm aware.
So you've got Black Bolt, he's played Black Bolt previously.
Yeah.
You know, we had Maria Rambeau, and although she wasn't Captain Marvel last time, she's been in this, and she's learned about the character and all of that kind of stuff, and had time with it. You know, Xavier obviously played it for years. Everyone has had a lot of experience with it, and he didn't get that. So as an actor, that is a very difficult thing to jump in and just do. So
sorry, John. Sorry, Anthony. Sorry, John.
No, but
it'd be good.
And I know, but I think people are very quick to judge when they don't realise like
Twitter,
how.
Isn't it?
I know, yeah.
It's easy to let's just slag everybody off. But I'm just not 100% convinced. I'm about 90%, but I'd be okay with somebody else.
I just think that in different circumstances,
I agree.
It'd be a lot better. He was in a very serious situation at that moment.
Yeah.
And he couldn't have like the little bits of humour that Reed Richards has and stuff like that, because it was world-ending stuff at that moment. So I think give him a chance.
Okay, sorry.
I love John. John, I love you.
He's not listening, I hope.
Could you imagine?
He's not, don't worry. No way.
God.
No, if Ryan Reynolds is listening, he won't be listening.
Will said, Star Wars Tales of the Jedi looks amazing.
Yes.
Short stories about Dooku, and I'm assuming Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Well done.
Ahsoka and Anakin looked like young Yoda in the trailer too. Very hyped. Andor looks different and gritty too. Hopefully not too Disney-fied. Very excited.
Will, you will never know how much of a challenge that was for Anthony. Should have seen his face. Trying to do all the words.
Have you ever seen Sesame Street when they're putting the two parts of the word together? That was all happening in my head.
Yeah. Amazing. I agree though, Tales of the Jedi. I thought, if you told me, well, I knew about it. I knew there was going to be a series called Tales of the Jedi, and it was going to be animated shorts. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm all right. And then I watched the trailer for this. Yeah. Even after the trailer description, I was like, all right. And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, yes, I want to watch that. Can't wait.
Yeah,
it's going to be good.
Sheldon Pink said, I've not seen much, just a few posts with the D23 Expo. Going to do a deep dive in and see what trailers I can find shortly. Love the Thunderbolts lineup and think Bucky is a perfect addition. Could almost see him and Elena as co-leaders, or at least a no, it's my team dynamic.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's going to be good. Yeah.
I just want to see her do the Avengers style pose and then balk again.
She's so good.
He then went on to say, I can see why they would need them both. Yelena Oddly would be the control for Red Guardian and Taskmaster, while Bucky has the experience and skill set needed to keep most of them in line, especially Walker.
Yeah.
Overall, the whole team fits the MCU version of the Thunderbolts.
Amazing. Can't wait.
Robin said, that Werewolf by Night trailer looks so weird and interesting. I absolutely love the B-horror grindhouse style. Yes. Luckily, we're getting in less than a month. And now it is like them.
That's another thing for us to cover on the show, but yeah.
It's like the Shudder and all that kind of stuff. It's those sci-fi.
Yeah,
you know, I'm well into all of that kind of stuff. I watch all of them.
But they're playing on it. They're playing on the fact it's going to look crap, which I'm good with.
I'm so okay with it. I'm really excited.
Can't wait.
I'd love to find out that it's actually them making a movie, and on the movie set, people start disappearing.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks so shit.
Yeah, because that's the question, isn't it? Is the whole thing going to look like that?
Yeah. And I'm wondering whether it's them doing it as a homage to like a myth.
Shout that.
And then it's actually happening to them while they're trying to make this movie.
Or if it's even if it's not filmed in that way.
Yeah.
If it's like a murder mystery weekend. And they're all there and they're playing characters and they're all just like randoms and somebody is actually a werewolf sort of thing.
It'd be so good.
That'd be boss. And the first person to get killed is the person who's supposed to be the werewolf.
I like it when you're not expecting stuff like that. Like, have you ever seen? Did you ever watch Supernatural when it was on?
No, I've only seen the first season.
So, did you know they did a Scooby-Doo episode?
I've heard they did a Scooby-Doo
episode.
Oh
my god!
Wasn't it all cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, I think if I remember rightly, they basically got sucked into a TV.
Amazing.
And it was Scooby-Doo. And like,
wasn't Dean trying to chat up Daphne?
Oh my god, it was dead funny.
I need to watch
Honestly, it's hilarious. But then people actually die in it.
Oh really?
And so the Scooby team are like, hang on, this never usually happens. Like,
amazing.
Oh shit. And like they're all panicking then because there's actual real consequences. And it is so good.
I need to watch that.
It was a brilliant episode.
I definitely need to go back and watch it.
Geeky Nate said, the Marvel news is great. I'm excited for Werewolf by Night, even more so since it's introducing Vampire by Night and Man-Thing. Secret Invasion looks amazing and I just can't wait. Calling it now that Banner in Shang-Chi post-credit is a Skrull.
I could see that.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
The hologram.
I mean, I know it makes sense. Then they kind of like tied up the timeline and stuff like that. But yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah. Thunderbolts team is interesting. I'm confused by the lack of Zemo and wonder how Winter Soldier will join the team. I'm assuming it will be dealt with in Cap 4. Going to Cap 4, really happy to hear Isaiah will be back. I hope by the end we have Cap, Falcon and Patriot.
Yes.
I want Isaiah to have his moment of glory.
I do. I want him as well.
And I'll be okay if it happens in this, for it not happening in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like he'll die.
I don't want that to happen.
No, I don't. If he dies sacrificing himself by going, like, getting the shield and
but
stuff
then
like
that could bring his son into it, because
that.
there's the whole storyline with his son as well, isn't there?
Young Avengers, yeah.
Yeah.
Patriot. That's Patriot.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Fits perfectly.
Winner.
Is that us?
That's everybody.
Brilliant. Thanks, everyone, for sending in your messages. Shall we, before we do the wrap-up even, let's do Patreon shout-outs. So thanks to Geeky Nate, Kenneth, Night Spearhead, Richard, Jessica, Avid Gamer, and Sheldon Pink for supporting the show. Don't forget, patrons get access to our bonus podcast, Into the Podverse, with new episodes every month. Sandman last month we did. Boo, it wasn't very good. There you go. Spoilers. And this month we are doing fantastic. Fant Four Stick. Freaking hell, I can't believe I've got to watch that. Still got to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Don't want to, but we'll watch it.
I've totally been putting it off.
The things we do for you. Right, you can get access to that and the Discord server and merch discounts for £4 a month if you want to access it and get the extra content and support the show. You can head over to thatsuperherothing.com/Patreon or patreon.com/thatsuperherothing. We haven't said that for a while.
No.
Or just hit the link. There you go. There's a link in the description. Do that. You can hit that there. God, it's been a long weekend, guys. I'm sorry. Let's do the wrap up. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to come back this week for She-Hulk episode 5 review. Yeah, that's it. She-Hulk episode 5, plus all the latest comic book movie news, and we might have a bit of a big announcement about the show. So make sure you listen to that next week.
Are we going to have any news left, by the way?
What do you mean? I don't know. That's why
I got 4 days.
That's why I'm putting the announcement about the show in the news section next week, so that we've got something to talk about. But it's a good announcement.
Yeah.
Some of you know.
Yeah.
Maybe. You never know. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week.
TST news?
This TST news? No, we don't do that very often.
No.
If you don't already, make sure to check out our socials at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest updates on the show and calls to action for next week's Podfans Assemble. And if you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to subscribe on your favourite podcast platform. Leave us a rating or review as well on Apple or Spotify. Helps us out massively. The more subscribers and the more 5-star reviews we get, the higher we go up the charts and the more people can find the show. So please do that if you haven't already. Exactly. Thank you to everybody who has.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, though, that is us. It's Sunday night. I'm going to go and edit this now, so you'll get to listen to this on Sunday night. I need to go and watch all those trailers again, though. I want to watch the Werewolf by Night trailer again.
I want to watch Secret Invasion again.
Yeah, I've already watched that one twice, and I think I need to watch that again as well.
Yeah.
Or go and find like a breakdown online where it actually tells me what's going on, because I haven't got a clue. That's it. I'm going to go do that now. Other than that, then, guys, thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye-bye.